Welcome to the New Rugged Order podcast, exclusively on the Hard Knock Digital Culture channel. Now give it up to your host people, MM2K.
What is up, people? What is up, people? What is up, people? It is your boy, MM2K of PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and GEiX. Back again, with another video. Another podcast, that is. Why is it? Hold on. What in the Sam hell is that I'm on right now? Oh, I know why it looks like that. Because I'm here when I should be here. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, MM2K. And I'm here with your co-host, the good old Cold Blood Sensei. How you doing today, brother?
Very good, very good.
we got a show today. What are some of your preliminary thoughts on all the stuff, and especially this breaking news from Windows Central, man? What is your preliminary thoughts on all this stuff?
A lot of gaslighting going on.
a lot of BS, a lot of horse poop.
A lot of false hope.
Yeah,
from the green side.
Yeah. A lot of horse shit being flung, cow dung all over the place. Yeah. We're going to talk about it. But before we get into that, let's pay some bills. This is the weekly show where Cold Blood and I go over the latest and greatest in AAA genre-defining competition. You know, whether you want to call it console wars. I mean, what's going on PC as well? Any platform that has AAA genre-defining games and how the entities that bring forth those games are competing with each other and competing for our buck. We talk to you about it. We try to look past all the smoke and mirrors and give you the facts so you know where to get the biggest bang for your buck. This week we got a great show. We're going to be talking about Xbox and Tim Stewart's quote-unquote third-party comments and breaking news, the latest revelations of Phil Spencer. He did an interview with Windows Central, and it was just released like 10 minutes ago. And we had technical difficulties. I was upset about it, but now I'm glad because I got to read through this whole article, and we can now give our thoughts on it, on whether it debunks the concerns that Tim Stewart had or not. But we're going to get into that. We're going to be talking about the GTA 6 announcement. It was announced, and it's coming on a day that is not the the Game Awards date. And then there was some speculation in regards to Xbox, but then some confirmation in regards to something PlayStation. We're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about Suicide Squad, Cold Blood's favorite game. There's an alpha NDA. There's an alpha going on right now. It's a closed alpha. I got invited. I'm going to play it and get my thoughts on it. But there's an NDA with that.
You can't. Actually.
Yeah. I mean, not give. I meant get my, collect my thoughts on it and see what it, where it's at so far. But there is an NDA right now, as Cold Blood alluded to, and people are just breaking the NDA. They're like, F it, screw it. We don't like it, or we do like it, and we want people to see this shit. Cold Blood and I were going to discuss and debate that, like, why should that happen, or is even Suicide Squad even worth this trouble? And then also, we got a quick hit item. We're going to be talking about the TGAs again. We're going to get into all that. But before we do all that, let me shut up for a second and let me turn it over to my brother Cold Blood Sensei. Jonathan87 in the house. Good to see you. But Cold Blood, what have you been playing this week, man?
I've been playing Mass Effect again.
Yeah.
I want to experience the whole thing this time, not just 2 and 3 back in the PS3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some thoughts about it, but that's for another stream when I'm actually done with the series.
Well, you know what would be the shit, Cold Blood? That's what, dude. We gotta get your stream set up, man. You got the hardware. We just gotta get you set up. If you could play that, you know what I would love to see on GEiX is I would love to see Cold Blood playing Mass Effect 1 and just hear him all day saying, "This shit is antiquated. This shit is I would love to hear that. Just have him rip the game. And
you're gonna be disappointed then, because it's not about the antiquated stuff. It's more about the writing of the game. That pisses me off.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. Just to hear you go off, I think it'll be very, very entertaining.
Trust me, when I'm playing, I'm not as entertaining as I am right now, concentrating on the conversation.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, I can dig it, brother. I'm the same way.
I cannot do how you do it, man. Like talk all the damn time while you play. Hell, man. I could not do that.
But see, the thing that's frustrating about me, and I know it is that if it's something like Division 2, I could run my mouth all fucking day. But if it's like a game where you got to concentrate, like I'll just start something. Yeah, man. And so my thoughts are, and then I'm silent for like 5 minutes because like I'm trying to read something, you know what I mean? So that's why games like Cyberpunk, if you guys have been noticing, I'm playing the shit out of that game so I can get to Phantom Liberty, but I'm not playing, but I'm not doing it live, because if I were to do it live, you guys wouldn't be entertained. I got to play games like Division, even Spider-Man 2 that don't take so much concentration. I mean, they're skill based, but I ain't got to read a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? So, all right. Well, that's what's up, y'all. Do us a huge favor. Spread the news. Start spreading the news. Let everybody know that we're live. We're here. Tweet this out so everybody knows that we are here. Okay. So what I've been playing is Cyberpunk. That's basically what I've been playing. I did play Synced last week. And to Sean's dismay, I really didn't like it. I played Synced on Sunday, I think. And to Sean's dismay, I don't like the game, bro. I just don't like it. I thought it was something else. But I'm willing to play, I'm willing to play it with Sean or whatever. That's a game I gotta play with other people. I can't play that game solo. If I'm playing it with other people, it'll be fun. But it's parts of Defiance, which I loved Defiance because it was open world, a whole bunch of shit you could do, a whole bunch of places you could go to, a whole bunch of story elements. I mean, some of it was cheesy, but just so much stuff. Like, to me, that was the base of what an open world adventure, and it's an open world MMO at that, what an open world MMO should be like. And freedom of choice, all types of weapons, all types of shit. I love the game. I don't know if this is made by the same developers, but you see a lot of Defiance in Synced. And so I'm like, oh, this is going to be the shit. But there's a story, but it's not plausible. And it's just you being warped in and out of maps. And I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's like, it doesn't know what it wants to be. It's like Defiance meets Fortnite. And that's not a tasty sandwich. So I would have to play that with someone like Sean or whatever, and I'll get into it. But you know, those are just my thoughts right now. And I played Cyberpunk, and Cold Blood is right. We gotta have a segment like Cold Blood is right and shit. I'm gonna make a lot of people mad when I say this.
You want to make it give Cold Blood his flowers for this week?
Yeah, Cold Blood's flowers for the week. Yeah, that's gonna have to become a segment, man. That's why he's the co-host. Yeah, bro, you right. People gonna get mad. They might defollow the channel. I gotta tell them the way it is. Cyberpunk story is ass. It's ass cheeks. I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm playing straight through the game as you're intended to play, just going through the story. This shit is trash. Like, I am so unenthused and so bored. It's sickening. The way that I originally played Cyberpunk, I played it, you know what I mean? I played the side missions. Like, I was a snitch for the cops. So I was doing like snitch stuff and going and getting the criminals and getting my weapons and always seeing a Ripper Doc. I was hardly doing the main story. Like, I would do a little bit of main story, then like 90% just random shit, 10% main story. So the game was fun for me when I did it that way. But now that 2.0 is here and they tell you to start from the beginning with a new character and go, you can either jump right into Phantom Liberty or start again if you don't want to miss anything by jumping into Phantom Liberty. And because I did so less of the story, that would have been me. I'm doing it all over again, just story, and it's trash. But they're saying that Phantom Liberty is so much better, so hopefully it's worth it. But I'm telling you guys, the main story of Cyberpunk, opposite of the shit that you do, what I think his name is Takashi, that part was fun, and I think that's part of the main story. But all this other shit with Evelyn Price or whatever, man, get your no-dos ready, because that is trash, man. And any thoughts on that, Cold Blood? Like, any remembrance you can have of the story or follow up to that you got?
The last time I played the story was 2020, at the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, what I remember is I was excited what's next.
Yeah.
But when the next thing came, it was always bad.
Yeah.
It became very clear this game was rushed.
Yeah.
It was just rushed. Maybe 2 years. They needed another 2 years to get it right. Probably. If not even more.
Yeah.
Because, in my opinion, all the customization in this game is non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
The story there's no consequence really.
Yeah.
There's only maybe 3 times you can fuck something up, in the whole story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is just not enough for an RPG as big as this.
Yeah. That's my main thing. It's like you can alter how you can alter how you go about doing something, but you're going to come up to the same end result. To where me and you, before we went live, we were talking about Mass Effect and why 3 for me personally is my favorite. And Cold Blood isn't too fond of the story writing, which I can get it. I was just more enthused on the fact that the decisions that I made playing 1 and playing 2 had so much of a dramatic effect in 3. And we were expecting Cyberpunk to be that all in one game, and it really isn't. It's just like, if you say this line, maybe you don't have to shoot this person. But not shooting that person, what does it really fucking mean? Does it mean that you'll see them later and they're going to give you the gun of Orion or something? No, it doesn't. It's just, you didn't shoot that person. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. The main storyline that they want you to finish to get to Phantom Liberty, which involves Evelyn Price or Pierce, whatever her name is heavily focused on her. That storyline is ass. It is ass. So if you're new to Cyberpunk, I highly recommend take your time with the game, man. Like, play the side missions, do all the other shit, and do that part in driblets, and then just, work your way to Phantom Liberty in small baby steps. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Well, just start Phantom Liberty. Don't do all the other shit.
Yeah. You could do. I mean, I did have fun though, man. I did have fun, but if you want to know, I mean, maybe what you can do, Cold Blood, is because if you're not worried about this, well, you know what? To be fair to your point, again, Cold Blood is right. All the shit that I have fun with, I can do it after beating Phantom Liberty. Like, that shit doesn't go away. So to his point, maybe just go to a YouTube video and look up a YouTube video about what happens before Phantom Liberty, up until Phantom Liberty. Do that and then go play Phantom Liberty. Because at the beginning of that game, man, holy fuck. Shit is ass cheeks. Didn't realize how, as far as the story is concerned, I didn't realize how much that reeked. Hopefully they do better next time. And it sounds like with Phantom Liberty, they understood and like Cold Blood, they don't rush it. You know what I mean? So, all right, Cold Blood. I know you don't want me to do this, but I got to do this, brother, because you did such a good job last time. So we have
what you mean?
We got the Game Awards, right? And the Player's Choice shit, right?
Yeah.
And so something has happened in there. So what happened there, man? I'm gonna put it up on the screen.
Starfield is out. Hi-Fi Rush is out.
Yeah.
What else was they capping about?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? You showed me the original list. Fuck, I gotta find the original list. Keep going and see if I can find the original. Nah, I can't find it.
Well, Spider-Man is still in there.
Yeah, Spider-Man is still in there.
Everybody said Spider-Man ain't gonna win it. But now look at them. They are done with round 2.
Mm-hmm.
So,
let me see. Game Awards.
What I'm very shocked about is this goddamn Honkai Star Rail.
Yeah, what is that? What is that?
This is from the same developer as Genshin Impact, or the same publisher.
Oh, okay.
I just don't get it. I mean, I get it with Genshin Impact. It's a little bit fun, yeah, because it's a third-person, somewhat MMO type game. But this Honkai Star Rail is literally just a turn-based anime, whatever. Yeah, like I don't get it. What people like about it so much. Probably all the waifus. Probably all the waifus in this game.
Well, here's an interesting.
Gamers are goddamn wet for this shit, man.
Yeah. Have you played Genshin Impact? I really have. I mean, I've heard some positive things about it.
Yeah, I did for at least 70 hours or something.
Oh shit! What did you think?
Well, it's in the beginning it's good, but after a while you just get to a point where it's becoming a drag because you constantly have to level up, and the level up is just becoming so ridiculously hard to do because you only have a set amount of stamina, per day.
Okay.
So at some point it just level gates you so much. You either spend the money or wait until you can progress.
That, and you know what? As good as Warframe was to me, that's why I pulled away from Warframe. I played the shit out of Warframe when it first came out, and then I was like, you get to a challenging part, and then you don't really have any lives or resources, and you gotta wait 24 hours or pay. That's where those free-to-play games that's where they fall apart for me. Is because of that shit.
What I'm going to say is Genshin Impact is probably one of the best free-to-play games right now.
Okay.
Because it is at least somewhat just free-to-play friendly, yeah?
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. I mean, you can get a lot of stuff without paying nothing, yeah? So, and it's actually fun to play.
Okay. No, that's the shit.
If you get to a very high level, it's just gonna become a little bit of a drag if you're not dedicated to it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, and that's fine. And I've heard a lot of good stuff from people that play like hardcore shit. It's like, yeah, man, you gotta get against an Impact. So I might give it a try one of these days.
And it actually has a story you can give a fuck about.
That's like Warframe. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Not a lot of free-to-play games got that.
They don't. Like Warframe. I don't know what is going on. What is going on? I have no idea.
Warframe?
Yeah.
Well,
what's going on?
You human in a goddamn suit. That's what's going on.
And there's metal clunking. Yeah, that's it. That's all I know. There's metal clunking and you jump on ships. I have no fucking idea what's going on in that game.
But you only find that out after maybe 30 hours of game time or something.
Oh, okay.
you finally find out you're actually a human.
Yeah. Like Jonathan says, Warframe has a very good story. And you know what? And that could be true. I just played it at the beginning, like when it first came out, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I mean, you could be right, Sean. Maybe I should give it a try. I don't know if I would be totally lost jumping into it now. Like Destiny. I don't know, but okay, cool stuff. So I do have on this. Go ahead.
Wait. But we do not celebrate it entirely. This list, yeah. Final Fantasy is gone from this list. So
yeah.
There's an L for PlayStation 2 in this.
Yeah. Here goes the games real quick. I'm gonna run down them that were originally selected for Player's Choice of 2023. Alan Wake 2, Apex Legends, Armored Core, Baldur's Gate 3, Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Counter-Strike 2, Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy is Cold Blood, just alluded, Fortnite, Genshin Impact, GTA Online, Hi-Fi Rush, Hogwarts Legacy, The Honkai Star Rail, League of Legends, Lies of P, Marvel Spider-Man, Minecraft, Mortal Kombat, No Man's Sky, Octopath Traveler 2, Resident Evil 4, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Starfield, Street Fighter 6, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Valorant, and Warframe. Those are the games that were there. What's that? 1, 2, 3. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 8, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 30 games. Those were the original 30 games. And now those 30 games have been cropped to these 10 games. And those 10 games are Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Genshin Impact, Hogwarts Legacy, Honkai Star Rail, Lies of P, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Resident Evil, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So, like, as much as whining and complaining and hemorrhoid scratching people did over the Game of the Year categories, like, they're all fucking here. You know what I'm saying? They're all here. So that's why I said, I mean, it wasn't my personal Game of the Year selection, but I didn't think it was a travesty. You know what I mean? And as far as Starfield, I'll get Cold Blood's sentiments on it. It didn't belong here. I think this validates that. It just didn't belong here. Doesn't mean that you don't like it or you don't have to enjoy it. Like, one of my favorite games this year is Atomic Heart. I get laughed at every time I mention that, but that's not going to sway my decision. I'm not going to cry because Atomic Heart wasn't mentioned for anything. That's my game. So
I played Atomic Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Brother. that game was hyped up way too much for what it was.
Yeah, it was hyped up. It wasn't, but you know what? Beyond the hype, I didn't fall for that shit. Because it's a small developer. I knew it was what it was. It was a game that Xbox looked at and said, "Oh,
you should have stopped this. You should have stopped that. It was a game. You should have stopped there."
Xbox looked at it and was like, "That shit would go great in the Game Pass, and it'll be one of the better entries."
Yes, Game Pass fodder. Yeah, that's what it is.
Now, me personally, I still give it close to an 8 out of 10. That's just me. But again, that's my personal score because
hard to disagree.
I see the similarities in BioShock, the original one. Even, it's kind of ripping it off. I see the similarities, and I like it. It's cool. Something to, that's just me personally. But I'm not. But see, that's me being honest, Cold Blood, and even though I have my bias, me understanding that this is not going to satisfy the average gamer. You know what I mean? So I just think it all.
I'm honest too. That game is dog shit.
I just know that what the general consumer is going to gravitate towards, and I get why Atomic Heart ain't it. So it's okay. All right, that's a great kickoff discussion. Shawnathan in the chat says, "Nah, give it another try." Talking about Warframe. Hey, Sean, we got to if I can get my shit together on the weekends and get my wife to go find some friends or some shit, then maybe on the weekends, I swear, she needs some friends. Like, she has friends, but she don't go with them enough. Like, get the fuck out of here. But anyway, I love my wife, but yeah. But if she goes away on the weekends and stop giving me chores to do all fucking day, then we can play games, and I wouldn't mind jumping into Warframe with you, dude. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind doing it. So,
you cannot bring me to play this game again.
You never know, Cold Blood. See, we could be on GEiX Planet.
I got to the point where I have to trade with other people some bullshit. Hell no.
Oh yeah.
I got no time for that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'll give Sync a shot, but I will give Warframe a shot before. Hey, Sean, I give Warframe a shot before Sync, bruh. Yeah, so we'll set it up. He said I can carry. All right, cool. All right, so let's get into these topics, man. We got some crazy stuff to talk about this week. And I want to get into it. So first and foremost, here, let me do this because apparently I forgot to do something here. Bear with me. One last question that I have for you, Cold Blood. Who do you think out of these 10 is going to win the Player's Choice.
What was the percentages last time? But Baldur's Gate had like 8% or something.
Oh, I didn't even check that part. Oh, I didn't even know there was percentages available. Oh shit.
Yeah, there was percentages for every game.
Oh damn.
I think Baldur's Gate had 8 or something. It was number 1.
Okay.
So I guess the PC fanboys gonna be voting that to the top.
Listen to this dude. He's a hater, man. No, I think Baldur's Gate is a cool game. I
love the game. I'm just saying what it's gonna be. It's gonna be very unfair.
Yeah,
because all the PC dudes gonna say Baldur's Gate.
Oh man.
And that's gonna win almost by default at this point.
Oh man, it might be in for a grand sweep, bro. You never know. Let's see here. We got Tim Stewart and Xbox. We got GTA 6 reveal. What else we got? We got oh shoot, hold on. And we got what is this last subject matter? We got suicide. NDA respect. We'll put it like that. Because it's not so much, like, I don't think Suicide Squad is going to be my game of the year or even on the list. I think the bigger story is the NDA. But let's start with Tim Stewart and Xbox. All right. So, this is a big story, man. Tim Stewart, CFO of Microsoft Gaming. And let's be abundantly clear. Let me do this one more time for the sake of accuracy. Because I had this discussion with my brother, Dad Plays Games. And shout out to Dad Plays Games. Cool guy, great guy, big time gamer. I was on his show with Rock that he does on the Rock channel. And, it was more than welcoming and inviting and kind to me. And supportive. Me and him just, we had a difference of opinion in regards to how Microsoft's gaming strategy was going to affect Xbox. Here's the thing. There's a lot of confusion being made between Xbox and Microsoft Gaming. Like as of, what date is this? October 26th. Microsoft Gaming and Xbox have been completely spliced away, where Xbox is a subdivision of Microsoft Gaming. And when I say spliced away, like when everything was considered Windows Gaming, what Matt Booty and Sarah Bond did was all under the Xbox brand helm. That no more. Like Matt Booty has his own responsibilities, which is curating games for the Windows Microsoft Gaming Studios. That's first party and second party and third party deals. That's what he's responsible for. Sarah Bond is responsible for the Xbox console, the Xbox Store, the Windows Store, and Game Pass. And she's also responsible for Xbox content creator or influencer interaction, whatever the fuck that means. All right. And then all these other people like Dave McCarthy, Jerry West, Amy Silverman, Tim Stewart, and such, their roles are under Microsoft Gaming. Now we have Bobby Kotick, Jocelyn Main, they're under Microsoft Gaming. Bobby Kotick is part of Activision Blizzard, which also will work autonomously and do the thing for Activision Blizzard. So all those other groups, except for Sarah Bond, they are working to distribute games wherever they can. Sarah Bond's job is to look at the landscape of shit coming to either the Xbox console or to Game Pass and look at the consumer base and judge what decisions need to be made to help that content flowing to that ecosystem. So don't confuse what Matt Booty, for instance, and what Bobby Kotick, for instance, are looking over and curating and think that's specifically for Sarah Bond. Oh, hell no. The majority of this shit is for the streets, as they say. It does not belong to Sarah Bond. There will be cross-pollination. They will be working with each other. There might still be exclusives because, you know, even though Phil said he doesn't believe in exclusives for Game Pass or, you know, what, you don't. Shit changes every 5 minutes with Phil, man. You know, so you never know. So that's what Sarah Bond is responsible for. It's for the Xbox ecosystem, the console, Game Pass, the two stores within the Windows Store and the Xbox Store. Okay, so when I say Xbox, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Microsoft Gaming. And I'm talking about, I'm separating them correctly because that's the freaking org chart. Like just because Matt Booty, let's just say if Matt Booty and Activision kills it, and Sarah Bond can't help grow subscriptions for Game Pass and the console sells like one console every month or whatever and subscriptions die. She doesn't get to win in the celebration. She don't win it because she's ahead of this division for a reason. There are goals and things that she has to accomplish. This is not an all for one celebration. And for those of you that believe that, you need to take a business course. You don't understand business. All right. So I wanted to get that out of the way because that's a whole nother podcast. And I want to talk about Tim Stuart. So Tim Stuart, CFO of Microsoft Gaming, he gives key insight into Microsoft's gaming future strategy. A big focus is putting MSG titles, which include what Matt Booty is curating and what is being curated by Activision Blizzard, putting them on platforms where they traditionally wouldn't, as Tim Stuart has said, we traditionally thought of as competition. He talked about PlayStation, Nintendo, and he also talked about Geforce Now, to give examples. And no, he was not just talking about Activision Blizzard, as some creators tried to tell you, because he said Microsoft and Activision, but they left out the and. Okay, but we'll move on past that. He also talked about, and Tim also talked about how AI will reduce Microsoft paying millions of dollars in development. Many said that the comments speak of a majority third-party future. The AI statements raise concerns with developers. Xbox supporters argue that Stuart often goes rogue and misinterprets the strategy at hand. And to support that theory, I will show you this. This came from Windows Central's Jez Gordon, who you guys know I'm impartial to. I'm not a big fan of Jez. Now, shout out to Randolph Thor. I love Rand, even though I don't agree with his gaming takes as of late. I put more integrity behind the factual stuff that Rand says way more than I do Jazz. Because Jazz is known to shimmy stuff up like he did with those numbers that he tried to do with the last article. He likes to shimmy up stuff and just throw it out there for red meat for Xbox fanboys. And he puts this article out that's full of errors. Hopefully they've corrected them by now. But it says, we have no plans to bring Xbox Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. Xbox CEO Phil Spencer says on console hardware, the future of Activision Blizzard, much more. Before I read this stuff, I simply just want to say the main crux was never that Game Pass is coming definitively to PlayStation or Nintendo. I think in unison, the Xbox fanboys and the Xbox haters and unison all over Twitter were saying that PlayStation wouldn't allow it, for instance. Okay, like PlayStation would never allow it. So the fact that they have no plans, that doesn't address anything. I remember when Phil Spencer went on Twitch, leaked that Control was coming to Game Pass, and Remedy didn't appreciate that, so they came out and said in follow-up, oh, we have no plans of bringing Control to Game Pass. Having no plans simply mean that all the dots have not been sealed, signed, and delivered. that is not etched in stone as of yet. Doesn't mean there's no negotiations. It doesn't mean there's no desire or no will or no attempts to make it happen. So we know all the buzzwords, Phil Spencer. But in lieu of all this, here's what Phil Spencer has to say in this interview, which really says nothing. He says, I'll start by saying we have no plans to bring Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. Again, we weren't talking about simply Game Pass, because Tim Stewart said, not only did he say services, but he said first-party games. Notice how that's not addressed here. Just Game Pass. I'll continue. I start off by saying we have no plans to bring Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. It's not our plans, but I think you hit on the right point of what it means to own an Xbox. The thing I want to be focused on is how do we continue to innovate for people who've made the commitment to our hardware platform, and how do we continue to make sure that they feel great about their investment in what we've built. I'm obviously going to have my own viewpoint of our hardware, but I think our hardware teams did a great job with the Xbox Series X and Series S this generation, giving value and performance in the hardware line. When I think about the investment in things like Game Pass and Xbox Cloud Gaming, cross-play and cross-save and ID at Xbox, all of these things, I want us to continue to innovate so people on our console feel like we're making investments in console that matches your commitment they're making to us. Game Pass was one of those things, that over the last 5 years, we built and we continue to grow. It's on PC, it's on cloud, and it's an important part of Xbox console identity. And I think it will continue to be that, and we'll continue to look at future ways for us to innovate across our game portfolio and our platform. To continue, we absolutely do. Just the last month, we elevated Sarah Bond to be the president of Xbox. The hardware team is in her organization, and the platform and services team are in her organization, as I just previously broke down. We made the decision, the organizational move specifically to ensure we had a unified focus for our innovation roadmap across hardware and services. That includes the developer platform for Xbox consoles as well. That's about innovation we're doing within our teams. But we'll have more to talk about in terms of what we're doing in the hardware space and in the service space. There's a lot of great work, typo, for us to do. We're always listening. On cloud gaming, one thing that has been interesting, you watched us early on. We talked about the cloud as a way to get onto mobile. And globally, there are a lot of us who play cloud gaming on mobile today. But in a place like the US, where people use cloud primarily is on Xbox consoles, they use it to look at games and to browse games that they may want to download to play through Xbox Game Pass or even purchase outright. That sparks innovation that we didn't plan. When we watch what customers are doing and listening to feedback that they're giving us, we think about things that we can do with xCloud and for the Xbox console experience. There's a roadmap of things that are coming as well. There's a hardware roadmap. There's a service roadmap. Maybe there's even a roadmap for improvements to Xbox achievements, and which is something that you and many others care about. We need to make sure we're exposing our roadmap to our customers to keep them excited. We know that's what our customers want to know. As Xbox continues to grow, we still have a commitment to them. We want our Xbox core customers that have been with us along to feel respected. Okay. That did nothing to address what's going on Twitter. What's going on Twitter is your games are for the streets. You guys are going to put your Xbox first party games on other hardware. That just negates the need for an Xbox unless it's for Game Pass. If it's outside of Game Pass, there's really no need for an Xbox. And look, most gamers don't own a subscription service. They're more than happy to buy their games a la carte. Another reason why PlayStation would never, I won't say never, but they would be hard pressed to put Game Pass on the console is they don't want Game Pass on there. They want their 30% of every game that's being sold a la carte. That's the most lucrative business for them. They don't want to be willing and dealing with Xbox over, well, we're going to give you a percentage of this and this royalty. That they just want the freaking 30%. Okay? And that's what's being debated. Your games are for the streets. Your games that are being curated by Matt Booty and Bobby Kotick are for the streets. There is no need to own an Xbox right now outside of Game Pass. And Game Pass ain't the whoop to do, because if it was, the console war would be closer. All right. So that is the crux of the discussion. That article does nothing. It says it's a bunch of words that says nothing. Even Cold Blood and I talked last week about, there possibly being a hybrid cloud platform, something that resembles NVIDIA Geforce's Now's thing. You know what I'm saying? Where there's hardware there that has AI and machine learning capabilities in it, but it's feeding you shit from the cloud. So that's nothing new. What you don't hear is we're going to be best in hardware. We're going to have the best graphics. You don't hear that shit anymore. So if you're not going to have the best game performant console, if you're not going to have your first party games be exclusive to your console, then the question that's being asked is Xbox, what's the point of getting an Xbox? Xbox games are for the streets. So I might as well get a PlayStation and still have access to Xbox games as well. That's the argument. This does nothing to debunk that argument. Anybody that's out here on Twitter trying to cap for this, you're just trying to throw up smoke and mirrors. Shame on you. All right. Those are my thoughts. I'm going to shut up now and I'm going to start asking questions to Cold Blood because he needs to tell me why I'm wrong. So first, no. I got one more thing to play, Cold Blood, and then I'm going to start with the questions. All right, so we got, now to underscore what I'm talking about, I want to play this audio from Tim Stuart that addresses, again, Xbox or Microsoft first party being available elsewhere. Let's play this audio and then we'll get your thoughts on the back end. And let's do it like this. Here we go.
And really for, gaming at Microsoft, when we look at what we've done the last 10 years and where we're going, we think a lot about the cross-platform play, which is I want to play on all the devices that I have and all the screens that I have. And I think that's really when I think it's the sort of holistic lens is how do I make sure that we're on Xboxes and I'll say PlayStations and Nintendo Switches in a mobile landscape? How are we on mobile? And that's really maybe lastly is where we're going in this business is that expansion of operating leverage, where we think about placing our bets, first party, subscriptions, advertising. Those are all high margin businesses that we want to expand into. And what you'll hear from us more and more is a bit of a change of strategy. And again, not announcing anything broadly here, but our mission is to bring our first party experiences, our subscription services, to every screen that can that can play a game. That means smart TVs. That means mobile devices. That means what we would have thought as competitors in the past, like PlayStation and Nintendo. Right. We're going to NVIDIA, Geforce Now, their gaming subscription service. I know you have Colette, I think, on tomorrow. You can talk to her about that. But when we think about taking our businesses to these endpoints, again, it's that high margin business to new gamers.
Okay, sorry about the delay. I had a difficulty getting the other audio back on. Okay, so we saw the article. I'm going to put the article back up there. We saw the article, which is labeled, we have no plans to bring Xbox Game Pass to PlayStation or Nintendo. What does that have to do with first party? That just means you haven't been... Tim Stuart just laid out that that's a desire of yours. You just haven't been successful in that. But to compensate for Game Pass not being on these other platforms, you're going to bring your first party games. So that still negates the purpose of an Xbox for many. And what it does for many of these zealots on Twitter that care about that shit, it takes the rug up under your argument. You see how he talked around the question? The question that's really out there is, he doesn't address exclusives. He doesn't address exclusive content. He doesn't address the goals with the hardware. What is the hardware going to look like? Is it just going to be a dongle or a means to play stuff through the cloud? Or is it something that's going to be of value to the average gamer to where they can look at that and say, oh shit, I'd rather have that than have a PlayStation because I got a choice to make. That's what you guys are arguing about because that's what you value. So because that's what you value, nothing that you valued was answered in this article. It was pointless. It was just a bunch of words. So I don't know how anybody can sit here and try to tether those words to saying, but this debunks what Tim Stuart said. It doesn't. Okay. Now that we've gotten that clear, I can shut up now. I can start turning some questions over to my brother Cole.
No. You can continue because you literally said everything I would have said anyway. you took all my words out of my mouth.
Well, maybe you'll phrase it in a more digestible way for these people. You know what I mean? But again,
How?
Here's my thing, Cold Blood. They're saying that Tim is rogue, right? That Tim just makes up shit, even though he's the CFO, right? That's what the Xbox supporters are saying. And that's what that article, the purpose of that article was to make it seem like that Tim was talking out the side of his ass. Do you think that's a fair way to look at this after we've examined everything?
No, absolutely not. How can you say the CFO of a damn company is talking out of his ass?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, he can, but then he would be literally fired the next day.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yes.
That would be a statement from Tim Stewart saying, yeah, I fucked up. I'm leaving Microsoft. Goodbye.
Yeah, catch me at McDonald's.
I was high on some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just did a couple of lines before that meeting. I'm sorry, y'all.
Nah, bro. They have false hope at this point. Everything negative said about the Xbox console being irrelevant is just fake news, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All we are saying is, everything's going to PlayStation. Nah, that's not what we're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
That is not what we're saying at all.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying they're gonna put games into the PlayStation ecosystem, into the Nintendo ecosystem that are actually making sense to put into it.
Mm-hmm.
Your goddamn Hi-Fi Rush can go F itself. It's not gonna make any money with goddamn $30 or whatever.
Yeah,
it costs.
Yep.
He was saying high margin business, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, there you have it. $70 games. Yep. Put them on PlayStation. Yeah. Get 70% of it.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's your high margin.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it is. Now, will there still be an exclusive to Game Pass or an exclusive? You know, yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. But
like I said, Hi-Fi Rush type games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Something that's good. Here's what I don't think people understand. Xbox is no longer angling itself for the Cold Bloods, the MM2Ks. Hell, I even say even this is my brother. I love him. The Tim Dogs, the Randolph Thor. He's not. Well, Randolph plays a lot of indie games, so I'll leave Randolph out. But he's not angling himself for the hardcore game. They're not angling themselves for the hardcore gamers anymore. All that high-end $70 shit, for the most part, that's going to go to PlayStation because so much money goes into producing them. 450, 500 million. Shit, GTA 6, they're saying will cost $2 billion. They're not going to cap off their return on investment by just simply putting it on the least selling box or ecosystem. So what they're going to do is they're going to make them available for everybody. You got Bethesda now, Cold Blood, on fucking Steam trying to convince people why they really do like the game. Why planets with nothing on them are not boring because it wasn't boring to Neil Armstrong. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to do their best to recoup on their investment, and now they're realizing, hey, look, we do this by putting our high-end shit everywhere. Will there be an exception to the rule every now and again? Yes, so. And to Cold Blood's point, the consumer, those that play Hi-Fi Rush, that are mainly in the Game Pass, those are gamers that are not the traditional Xbox gamers. They don't care about this shit. They don't care about what's being talked about on the show. They'll play Fizzle, Chisel, Tizzle, Popper all fucking day. Those are the games that they play, and that's the stuff that'll really propel Game Pass. Is like you said, Hi-Fi Rush or whatever. But those big ticket games, for the most part, I'm not gonna say every single one, but for the most part, them shits belong to the streets. Now, I think you have a push, Cold Blood, in 2024. I think we will see Hellblood still be exclusive, possibly. You know, you'll still. I think you'll still see.
So 2024, completely forget it. No, that is way too early. 2027.
Exactly. Yeah,
2027 is when they really will show what the fuck they're planning.
Exactly.
Right now, they're gonna just foot dip. You know.
Yeah.
Just some games.
Yeah. They're still going through
after 2027. Oh my god!
Yeah, forget about it. Forget about it.
That's a free for all.
You're gonna get a dongle that's gonna be like it's called the NVIDIA Shield. You're gonna get a NVIDIA Shield. You're gonna get the Xbox version of the NVIDIA Shield, because the NVIDIA Shield, quote unquote, can give you.
No. The PlayStation Portal is gonna become the service for Xbox.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't know. Yeah, the new service. Yeah. Yeah, Xbox is gonna shut down xCloud and Game Pass, and the new service is gonna be the port. Ain't that a crock of shit? That was a crock. What did you think about that, Cold Blood? And for those of you that don't understand, real quick before we get Cold Blood stuff. Okay, so King,
just play the recording, man.
You know what? Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Or if you can find it.
So dumb, man.
Let me see.
These dudes were trying so hard to get a W out of King Fresh.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that was so fucked. That was so disingenuous too. Like, I had to mute somebody earlier that was really wasting my time. You know, I'm like, we got a show to do and shit, and this dude is wasting my time talking about some. Okay, here we go. I found the audio. So let me play this audio. This is just so disingenuous. So here, to give the history on this, King Thrash. Here, let me mute the music again. King Thrash went in a space, because you know King Thrash ain't scared of nobody. So he went into space where I think it's this dude, this Xbox. I'll call him an enthusiast. I'll be nice. His name is Riskit the Biscuit or some shit like that. I don't know. Riskit for the Biscuit.
Exposed for not playing games at all.
He may have been. Okay, so let me do this. So King Thrash went into space because he heard all this propaganda and shit being put out there. You know, King Thrash is not afraid of anybody. And he goes and he details, you know, his take on services, and why services, not just with Xbox, but everybody, is like in the red. They're not the glowing business model that a lot of us thought they would be by this time. And someone had the audacity to, just for the sake of rebutting him, not using their brain and thinking of a better angle, but just for the sake of rebutting him, they come up with the weirdest fucking rebuttal that I think I've ever heard in gaming. Listen to this, and we'll talk about it on the back end. So here we go.
Moss, I can't hear anything.
Oh, you can't? Hold on. Let me do this. I'm going to rewind it back, y'all, because we want... Oh, shit. I didn't take anything. I didn't take the desktop off. All right, my bad. Let's start this again. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. I'm glad Cold Blood said something. We're going to play it again. Here we go.
Step over that question, bro. Name a company that has a fucking streaming service that ain't in debt over that service.
Apple
Stan.
Music.
Stan.
I don't know.
You guys don't have Stan.
I don't
but
watch
Stan,
TV,
There
so I
ain't
don't
a one. There's not one. Not
Apple Music.
this
There
is
is like
this
a
is
shiny
this
one.
is the way to
I
pull
know
it out.
Why they're not in debt, or they are in debt though?
They, what
The
you mean?
reason why
Because it's not a viable way to make money. The theory looks great. It does. But it's not a valuable way because humans are very undecisive. And if you give one thing wrong, they're going to unsubscribe. The problem with that is that everybody doesn't like the same thing. So if you put out one bad thing, oh, fuck this shit. But then other
this
people
is
are like,
cap,
yeah,
dude. No. So
okay,
the reason
okay,
Google,
tell me
dude.
one company that's successful right now. Disney
So
can't do
what?
it.
I can answer that now.
Go ahead.
PlayStation. They just released the PlayStation Portal. That is a streaming service via. Let me answer. That released the PlayStation Portal that operates purely on Wi-Fi and network connectivity, and you
Okay.
have some examples of it working really well. But you have a
Okay.
whole heap of other samples of the service that's local in
But-
your own home not performing correctly because people
That-
aren't
That's-
properly hooked.
that's not
Stop
answering my
interrupting
question,
me.
bro.
We've
Well,
given you
you love
time.
it, bro,
Give us
because
time.
The portal,
Give us time.
is not a service. I just said a service. You're trying to change the subject.
No, it's
Portal-
providing.
you
It's
need
a
service to
it's a
play the
hardware
portal, bro.
device providing you a service.
No, it's not a service. I'm talking
You
about
don't believe
services.
that
You know the
you don't believe by
conversation?
having a device that can't
I
do
have
anything
it.
on its own
I
without
have the
remote
portal. I didn't even
connecting.
pay anything to use it.
All right, I keep getting interrupted.
As you should. As you fucking should. It made what you said made no sense. Okay, let's dissect that. Number one, the portal is not a service. Okay, it's a fucking accessory. The portal is as much of a service as my Fire TV remote is a service because it allows me to select Amazon Fire videos. It's not a service. He tried to clean it up, cold blood, and say, oh, well, I mean, you know, it gives you access to a service. No, remote play is not a service. Remote play is a feature.
Remote play is not even a subscription.
Yeah, it's not even a,
You can
don't
do that for free.
subscribe. Exactly. It's a feature set. It's like, hold on one second. Hold on. Give your thoughts on it, cold blood. My phone's ringing. Hold on.
I'm gonna wait till you're back, man. What are you laughing at, Sean? What's so funny?
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
But
sorry.
that was not his point. Sean.
Yeah.
That's not just a tablet controller combo. No. That was not the point at all about it.
Yeah. Like Thrash was saying, we don't have a service, and I heard somebody saying Apple Music. Like these motherfuckers, man. They're all over the place. What the fuck does music streaming services have to do with video and movie services? Like, let's be real here. Yeah, Spotify and them, they may be fine, right? We're talking about services like Netflix, Disney Plus, you know what I'm saying? Those Prime or whatever. We're talking about those services in conjunction with video game streaming services. Why? Because, and the reason why video and video game streaming services are having issues is because the cost to unit ratio for them versus music is a lot higher. What do I mean by that? If I go buy a song right now, guess how much that song is going to cost me? 99 cents. So it takes me 10 songs to equal up to an average subscription. If I go buy a movie or a video game per unit, the movie, just a movie ticket, is over $10 now. A fucking DVD is like $20. I'm not even gonna get in the Blu-ray. So that's them. If I go buy a video game is like the average price for a video, the average medium for a video game, I would say, is $50. That's 5 times the subscription price. So the model, the music model is erroneously being applied to to video streaming models, and that's why they're in the red. They're in the red because the subscription price is not high enough to meet the demand of what's being streamed. That's why you're seeing Netflix trying to raise its price every 5 minutes, and then they got to come up with different business models, because really, in essence, for a streaming service, people only want to pay $10. The most they feel comfortable with is $20, and then that's when they start purging from the service. So that's why King Thrash was making that point, that the median is too fucking high for video games, because the average video games is $50. In order for you to have a subscription model that is going to be lucrative out of the gate, you're going to have to charge like $40 a month. And who's going to pay $40 a month for video games when video games is consumed differently? All right. You can buy 1 video game or 2 video games for the average gamer, not people like Cold Blood and those of you that are listening, but you can buy 1 or 2 video games and have a different experience every time you boot up, even if you're playing the same level. This monster killed you this time instead of that monster. You fell in this pit besides that pit. When you go watch a movie or see a TV show, that's the same static experience. It's the same script. It's the same actors doing the same shit. So you consume more generally, right? So if the TV subscription model isn't working and it's static, then a dynamic subscription model when it comes to video games, to where people can hunker down. There's people that play nothing but Call of Duty. There's people that play nothing but Minecraft, right? Or Madden or whatever. You don't have that with TV. So if the TV model within itself isn't working and it requires you to, and people consume more over there, what makes you think that the video game subscription model is going to work out the gate when people consume less and the games cost more? That's Thrash's point. But these fucking zealots, because they get so creamy knuckled over a brand, they don't want to listen to that. And that's why we're in the place that we're in now. That's just my thought. I'm sorry. Let me shut up, Cold Blood, again. Let me turn it over to you. What were your thoughts on that exchange?
But you still didn't explain how the portal is a service.
They didn't care.
I still don't get it. How do you come to this conclusion?
It was just, look, I got to swing in defenses. I got to defend Microsoft here. And this guy doesn't like Microsoft, so I'm just going to say anything. That's it. That's what you call bad faith discussions. And I don't have a tolerance for them.
Why did these dumb fucks even challenge King Thrash?
I don't
understand it.
I don't know.
I mean, they could have challenged him on his gas giant bullshit, yeah? At least they would have some kind of W, even though he didn't even mean to land on it, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
But those motherfuckers gonna tell you all the time, oh, no, he meant landing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I think it's fair to say. Go ahead.
Services are not profitable at all. Look at Disney Plus. Where is it right now?
Exactly. In the shitter.
Dead. Even though 1 year ago they were saying, they have so many subscribers, they're doing so great.
Yep.
This year, nothing. We lost every subscriber. It's done. We're merging with Hulu now.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen again and again. They're gonna merge together until every single goddamn content is in one service.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a monopoly, and then they're gonna just raise the prices. That's what's gonna happen then with those damn services.
If Microsoft is producing 4 games at quality every year, I'm gonna suggest surmise when they say at quality, they mean 2 top tier indie games and 2 AAA games. And when I say 2 top, I mean 2 like indie games that can create some buzz and shit, and then 2 AAA games.
So if you 100 million subscribers,
yeah, come on,
they're not getting there.
They're not getting that. If
not even with 5 AAA games.
Yeah, you're not. Why?
It has to be $1 again. Yeah, maybe then.
Even if it's $1, I mean, what you're asking gamers to do, Cold Blood, is even at $17 a month, you're asking gamers who generally, again, Cold Blood, this is not me and you. Me and you, we fucking buy games all the time. Like you way more than I do, but we're buying games all the time. So we're buying multiple games a month. We make up the minority of gamers. The majority of gamers are buying Call of Duty, fucking Madden, and that's it for the year. That's it. Or now,
if you're gonna have 5 AAA games a year, then they're gonna subscribe to it if it's just $1. Trust me.
Well, yeah, they would do it. Yeah, if it's just $1, you're not taking away from their pot. But if if I just have my $140 that I know I'm going to pay every year, and then look, these motherfuckers, they're buying into Call of Duty packs and shit. They're killing it on microtransactions. Why am I going to give you my Call of Duty or my Madden money or my FIFA money? Why would I give that towards a subscription service that don't
have to, because it's all going to Game Pass anyway.
Yeah, that don't have the games that I really play, just so I can try it out. That it doesn't make sense, because again,
but you're gonna have Game Pass for GeForce now, right?
Well, that's me, because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker.
You're not the only one that is gonna get suckered into this.
I love trying shit out. That's just me, but I don't make up the majority of gamers. Why? Because the majority of gamers, Cold Blood, every time they boot up Call of Duty, even though that's the same game that they play, the only game that they play, they get a different experience every time they boot it up. So they don't have to consume a whole bunch of shit. Where if I watch TV all day and I binge on a show, I don't want to watch the show again for the most part. I want to go to the next show on the next season. Because if I watch it again, I'm just watching the same thing. So it's different. And I don't think they understand that. They don't get that. And that's why if they're going to do, even if they do 2 AAA games a year, bro, that's like, oh my fucking God, that's like at least maybe the way games are going now, $500 million a year. Like, you're not getting that back. You're not getting that back. They're talking about, well, Game Pass is doing, they're getting $2 billion every year. Like, with the Game Pass that gives you the games, they're doing what about all the other partnerships that they're doing? So it's not only the $500 million that they're giving away in the games that they make, but it's all the money that they got to pay for the third-party games. So a quarter of that is already lost just if you do 2 AAA games. At least a quarter of that is lost.
What? They paid $70 billion already for Activision. Do you think they care at this point if they're gonna become a monopoly? I don't think so.
No.
They're gonna keep spending money until nobody can spend money anymore.
Yeah, that's the goal. They're trying to bleed everybody out. They're trying to force Game Pass into a major way to game, because if it becomes a major way to game instead of a niche way to game, then the rest of their competition is ass out. That knocks pretty much everybody else out except for Tencent, because nobody else can keep up with that. Like Sony can't afford to put their games day and date in their service. They're not going to be able to sustain that.
At that point, it's not going to be just about day and date. It's going to be literally about who has the majority of the market.
Yeah.
Because if they got all the damn third-party publishers all of a sudden under their helm, well, goodbye PlayStation.
Yeah. Yep.
If they don't release anything for PlayStation anymore, it's over.
Yep.
They cannot sustain themselves with only first party like Nintendo does, for the most part. I'm telling you that right now.
So nobody would be able to, and that's what they're trying to force. They're trying to force.
Nintendo does. Nintendo can actually sustain itself with just first party. They showed it with the Wii. I mean, they had some third party games, but the big sellers were only the first party games, you know?
Yeah.
Same goes for the Switch right now. The first party is just carrying that damn thing.
Yeah. Sean says now Xbox is doing 14 days when it used to for $1 when it used to be a month. Yeah, exactly. They're tired of being finessed. They realize.
Don't forget they also nerfed the Xbox rewards or Microsoft rewards, whatever they call them.
Yeah, extensively.
They nerfed them to the ground.
Extensively. Yeah. Here's my final question, Cold Blood, and then we'll move on to GTA. So let's take Tim's comments at face value. I'm not falling for. Let's not. We right here surmise that Phil just went up there, said enough to not really say anything, but to give the hopeless on Twitter some hope to still keep fighting another day, right? What do you think about this new strategy with Microsoft? I mean, you alluded to some of it from some of the stuff you just said, but ultimately, in your view, if Microsoft continues to push this and they are successful, right? Who wins, who loses in this proposal?
When Xbox dies, we all win.
Oh man, dude!
Just using Phil's own words.
Most of all of his words when Xbox dies. Oh, but no, let's just say if they are successful in not necessarily.
Let's be honest for a second here. I like it actually that they are trying to be more everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm actually for it.
Okay.
But if this becomes actually everything goes to everything else, and Xbox is just getting whatever the fuck the first party mates. I mean, at that point, why the fuck do you have the Xbox?
Yeah.
I mean, right now, I really question why the hell would you have an Xbox instead of a PC?
Yeah, true.
Well, okay, maybe to get the tramp stamp from Phil Spencer on Xbox Fest, Fan Fest or whatever. Maybe for that, yeah. I mean, are they getting some tattoos or some bullshit on these Fan Fests?
Yeah. Yeah, they get they'll get like an Xbox lollipop and shit.
Hell no.
I think that an argument can be made that the reason to get Xbox, like you said, in 2027, that's when we're going to see this strategy go full blast. And a reason to get Xbox in 2027 and after would be for Game Pass, because Game Pass is not going to be on PlayStation. It might or might not be on Nintendo, but I don't want to say I'm lying. The most balanced way to play Game Pass will be on the Xbox Shield, which is going to be the cloud / native combo that's probably going to download some elements of some games but most of it is going to work through the cloud, and it's going to be their version of the NVIDIA Shield. And so your definitive way to play your Game Pass subscription is going to be there. Yeah, if you're a Game Pass junkie, then yeah, I'm okay. You go get the $140 Xbox dongle or the $200, Xbox. But again, that's not going to do it enough for these people that are out here on Twitter. These people that are out here on Twitter, they want the best graphics. They want the best gameplay experience. They want the best exclusives. And what I'm telling you is that come the time that Xbox flipped that switch around 2027, the fight for that is over. You're no longer getting that. You're getting an experience to help you play Game Pass. That's it. That's it. There are people that are okay with that, and that's fine. They're not on Twitter. But for those of you that are on Twitter that are battling PlayStation, they don't care because they're still going to be getting your fucking games on PlayStation, just not through Game Pass. And they're not going to care because they don't care about buying games. They will buy them. So, like, I'm with Cold Blood.
Moss, can you go to your DMs?
Let me go check. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me do it this way. Let me go through it on my phone. Yeah, I don't think people are going to care about Game Pass. I mean, about those same games being available on Game Pass, because they're going to have access on their PlayStation anyway. Oh yeah, I see. You just seeing that shit? Yeah. Yeah. Bro was trying, man.
Just imagine what would happen if every single one of those gets the legendary 69 Metacritic.
Oh man, like I'm looking at these games.
I mean, Stalker 2 has a chance to be higher than 69.
Yeah.
Hellblade 2 maybe 2.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Avowed, oh my god.
Oh no.
Avowed look horrible.
Yeah.
Last time I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
And then he also got a Clockwork Revolution in there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
why? There's no release date yet for it.
Yeah. Exactly.
This possibly, like, they love their roadmaps so much, yeah. They have to put them out every day in a different form, yeah. Sometimes just in text form, sometimes in a picture form, yeah. Like, they have to do that every day with Xbox.
Yeah.
Because that's all they got. They got a roadmap. PlayStation got no roadmap. As soon as PlayStation gets a roadmap, all of a sudden this roadmap is going to become completely irrelevant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even the boss not going to be caring to put that out every day. But they do it right now just because Sony does not do it.
Yeah.
This, I don't know why they all so hyped for all these games. Really, the only game that actually looked decent was Clockwork Revolution, but we don't know when it comes out or if the trailer is even close to what the actual
game is going to be. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't know that yet, but they already hyping all that bullshit up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes just wait with your cap until the game's actually close to release and looks great. Yeah.
Yeah, I only
right now everybody is just collecting these receipts, yeah, on these bots.
Oh yeah.
And when these games get to 69 legendary Metacritic, oh my god.
well, that's like what's his name? That's like the same person who in 2019 had put out that tweet now that's being resurfaced when Phil Spencer said, "Yeah, we're not aiming for just a powerful console. We're not aiming for second best. We're aiming for the best console," right? And then that same person put the two eye emojis like, yeah, like Xbox is coming for the best. And 4 years later, like, dude, the series consoles isn't doing better than the Xbox One console. You know what I mean? Yeah,
it's doing worse.
Yeah, it's here's my thing. If you're a gamer that doesn't make a big deal out of the shit that we make a big deal out of, then this doesn't matter to you. Like if AAA genre defining, like if that isn't your thing, if you're just happy with Game Pass because it gives you a variety of games that you want to try and that's your stick and you like trying a whole bunch of shit for a reasonable price a month, then ignore what I'm saying. You're fine. You're okay. You're going to get a dongle or you're going to get like a hybrid cloud machine for like $200 next gen that, you know, will do what the NVIDIA Shield does. If you don't know what the NVIDIA Shield does, go look it up. If you don't give a shit that those same games are going to be available on other platforms for purchase and you don't need that exclusivity in order to make your purchase feel more, you know, more worth it, then you're fine. You're okay. This isn't for you. This is for the motherfuckers that sit out there and proclaim that Xbox is going to outdo PlayStation in the games that they get. They're going to get more accolades. They're going to get more players because of it. And, you know, they're going to be making better games because of the accolades and the players that they get. And then, therefore, they're going to have a better console than what the PlayStation offers because they understand that competition at the highest performance level drives the best output. If you're one that looks for the best output and therefore you want that competition to be there and you're thinking that Microsoft with Xbox is going to continue to journey on that path, then no, it's over. It's like Porter Rock said, it's over, John Rambo, come home. It's over. The war's over. Like the day is over. You be happy with Game Pass. That's going to bundle everything that's about to be available elsewhere. That's going to bundle all that shit for you. Be happy with your NVIDIA Shield type of device because that's what you're getting. That's what you're fucking getting. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but don't use that to battle in an arena that you don't belong in. You know what I mean? So, and the Windows Central article does nothing to debunk that debate that's happening out on Twitter right now. So, all right. That said, I think we can move on from the whole Xbox Tim Stewart thing. I think we added a lot of clarity to that. Let's now talk about the GTA 6 reveal. All right. So, Rockstar made an announcement for GTA 6. I'm going to put it out here on the board. It says GTA 6 is the trailer is going to be announced or going to be released on Tuesday, December 5th at 9 a.m. Eastern. That is 2 days before the Game Awards. You know, just so you know. This trailer will be announced independent of the Game Awards again. Now, here's why this is creating more buzz than just the announcement. Our good friend, Tim Dog, put this tweet out here in regards to the announcement. He said Xbox One. So when he did that, that created a shitstorm of engagement, 38,000 views, and people were speculating like, what? Is it going to be exclusive? You know, what's going on? But then our good friend, PlayStation enthusiast, persona of the Whoops podcast, What's Up PlayStation podcast, put this out here. And I'm going to pause the music again. And I'm going to play this for you because a lot of us have short-term memory, including myself. And we forgot that in 2020, Jim Ryan said this about the next GTA. So let's play it.
It was great to kick today off with a look back at just some of the seminal moments of the last 25 years. And what better way to bridge our past and our future than with a game that's graced every PlayStation console, Grand Theft Auto. It's been a privilege partnering with Rockstar Games for many years now, and we're thrilled to open today with the news that that partnership will continue with PlayStation 5. It was
Let it play
great
again.
to kick today off with a look back at just some of the seminal moments of the last 25 years. And what better way to bridge our past and our future than with a game that's graced every PlayStation console, Grand Theft Auto. It's been a privilege partnering with Rockstar Games for many years now, and we're thrilled to open today with the news that that partnership will continue with PlayStation 5.
All right. So,
Well, try to counter that.
I mean, now I vaguely remember that.
I remember it.
Yeah, I do remember that. I'm gonna watch the whole clip again just to make sure there's no nuance to it. But it sounds like that PlayStation is partnering again with Grand Theft Auto for the next game. And
But the only counter I could give to this is whatever deal they had in 2020 fell off or something.
yeah,
That's the only counter I could give to this right now.
yeah, I'm gonna check the video and just confirm. But that does sound damning to anything that was being suggested. You know what I mean? So with that said, I'm gonna turn it over to Cold Blood. Just starting with the trailer altogether. I mean, that's coming this upcoming Tuesday. Are you excited to see this trailer?
Boss. Dude, why even the question?
Well, you never know, man. You could be that outlier. It's like, oh, fuck no, GTA sucks. Who knows?
Hell no. This is one of the greatest games in the making, man. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
What I'm not so excited about is if that shit is actually coming to Game Pass Day 1.
Yeah.
Boy, that is gonna have some what do you call it? I think that's gonna have some consequences then. Because if that shit's coming to Game Pass, bro, that game is probably not as big as everybody hyped it up to be. If even Rockstar says that we can devalue our game that much.
Yeah. Well,
just for some billions from Microsoft,
Yeah, I mean, here's my thing on that. And that was a perfect combination because you killed two birds with one stone and merged the two questions that I was going to ask together. And that's great for the sake of time. Here's my thoughts on it. So Grand Theft is $2 billion to make, so reportedly, supposedly. I can see where if Microsoft approached them with $7 billion, we know they got the money, and said, put this day and date in Game Pass. I can see where they take that because, look, what makes GT, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Wait. How much did GTA 5 make?
I don't know. How much did it?
Something like 185 billion or something?
Now, how long did it take to make that though?
Well, 10 years.
Oh, 10 years. Okay. So hear me out, Cold Blood. I think, like, now, don't get me wrong. A lot of that was because GTA even at fucking $30 was still like on the top 20, top 10. Like it would just pop up every now and again, even though it was an old ass game, it was still popping up for sale. I'm not denying that. But I think if they get 7 billion already, that's still what a 300% profit right there, day and date, for one. So that could negate the sales. Secondly,
hey, but who in their right mind would buy GTA 6 then? That's what I'm thinking about.
Well, I mean, they probably wouldn't. They would probably just go and get it on Game Pass, and that would, be huge for Microsoft, because here's where I think most of that $180 billion came from. Most of that $180 billion came from the virtual the currency. And Microsoft then gets 30% of that. That's where I think the real money is for Rockstar, is in that virtual currency. And that's what would sway so fucking much in Microsoft's favor. And I had some discussions with people about, I don't think it's true. I'm just going to go on the record and say, I don't think this is true. I think Tim was just trolling. We'll see. I doubt it. I think there's like a rare chance that this is true. But if this was true, I'm not mad at Microsoft, because what that does is that then turns things more in their favor. I'm not going to say it completely turns things in their favor, but it really turns things in their favors. It spurs a lot of console sales, which we've all been saying, you got to do something to sell consoles. And if a bunch of people are buying consoles, then look, then you got a bunch of motherfuckers that are going to approach Xbox and say, man, I got to make a game on this Xbox now, because there's a bunch of, and so then things become more competitive. Then Xbox has more legs to stand on to go to other studios and say, all right, what about you making this game for us, or make it, and then it brings us back to a more competitive space. I mean, look, PlayStation is doing a way better job of appealing to hardcore gamers than Xbox is. A large part of that is because Xbox just cannot get any saturation, because they're relying on their games under Phil Spencer. Please, mofo, please. But if they can leverage GTA to spur console growth, and then use that console growth to approach new developers and say, all right, okay, now make some shit with us, for our console, you know what I mean? Like, cool, great. That's if that's how they use the money. Or if that's how they use, what I'm saying, they use the saturation. If Matt Booty can then go to second party developers, EA or whoever, and say, all right, well, what about this game? Why don't you make that with then I'm for that, because then that forces PlayStation to not just fucking drop one first party game this, a year. That forces them not to be fucking around with games as a service, right? And there's a rumor, Cold Blood. I've been hearing rumors behind the scenes that PlayStation may not have any first party games at all to release next year. Like, they're all going to be second and third party exclusives. Like, PlayStation is only doing that because, if that is true, they would only be doing that because they don't feel any competition, and we lose out on it, on that proposal. So go ahead.
I'm going back to Tim Dog's tweet.
Yeah.
Xbox only won if GTA 6 is just exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah.
That Xbox really won.
Right.
Holy shit.
That's what, I said that in the discussion too. I'm like, this helps out Xbox a lot, but they don't win unless it's exclusive to Xbox. Then, oh, fuck yeah, then they won. Yeah. Like, there's no fucking doubt. But I don't think it's true. But what I'm saying, Cold Blood, is this is the type of shit that Xbox needs to fucking do. Like, if they do something like that, they got the money. If they do something like that, oh hell yeah.
I will applaud them for that.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be mad.
No.
Because that is exactly what the fuck they have to do to wake up PlayStation. Exactly.
Yes. Because PlayStation's just cruising now. Dude, when I heard that shit, and I heard that from some fairly credible sources, that there might not be a first party PlayStation game next year. And I'm not saying that every game, every exclusive has to be first party. But that's like, we haven't had a situation like that in a while. Like, that really tells me that they're really in cruise mode, and we don't want that. And here's the rumor why. The rumor is that that's the case because 2025 is bigger for PlayStation because the PlayStation Pro is coming out. Like, they're holding the shit for the PlayStation 5 Pro. That's what I'm hearing. I don't because
I would really ask myself why at that point, because the PS4 Pro was not really a big seller.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the PS5 gonna do differently?
I think that they really are pushing for this PlayStation 5 Pro to be a big seller. Like, they're really behind selling hardware this gen, and they're really pushing the PlayStation 5 Pro. This is what I'm hearing, that they're really banking on the PlayStation 5 Pro to be a big seller for them. Like, more than, you know, like, this.
Who's saying that?
That's huge. I'm gonna say some credible sources that I know have access to Sony.
Well, as long as I can't verify how credible they are, I cannot say there's something to it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that they're right. I'm gonna say these are people that are connected, but what I don't know is if they got this shit. You know, like, they're connected, so they're talking to people that know shit. But I don't know where they got this information from, so that's why I said I can't validate it. But it concerns me because I know these people have told me shit in the past about PlayStation that was like, you know, that was like for real. Because here's what I will say, and I don't want to get anybody in trouble. PlayStation, even before launch of the console, they were meeting with various developers and showing them what was happening with like all this shit that we're seeing now with PlayStation. And they pretty much knew that they were going to dominate. They said, this is why we're going to dominate, because the competition is doing this, but we're doing this. Like, remember in 2020 when people were concerned about, oh, there's going to be a supply restraint and Xbox is going to possibly make it tighter. Remember when Xbox won a couple of NPDs and shit like that, and people were like, oh no, Xbox could make this a tight race. PlayStation was calling the devs in at different, like, I don't want to say packs, but like at different events, and they were like, look, let's meet. This is the shit that we got coming. They can't fucking compete with this. Like, this, you know. So, whether, albeit Wolverine, the PlayStation remote, or Spider-Man 2, they were showing them this shit back in 2019, 2020. And they were like, don't even fucking worry about it. Like, we got this in the bag. And there's so much more shit they were showing them that we haven't seen. That's why a lot of people are upset and mad. Like, why aren't you showing us this shit yet? And that's because PlayStation is killing it so much, they're holding shit back purposely. Because they're like, well, there's no point of us putting this out now. We might as well save it for later. PlayStation 5.
I understand it back when they had almost no PlayStations to sell, yeah, because they just didn't produce enough, yeah. But now they got more than enough on shelves. So what's the problem now?
Think about it.
Why does it matter that Xbox doesn't do shit right now?
Think about it. Look at this. Is possibly the second biggest selling console for PlayStation ever. What do we know is coming? Nothing. And it's still destroying Xbox. I don't know.
You still want the software sales too, not just the hardware sales, right?
That is true. But everybody is like, oh, to play Minecraft, even, which is an Xbox game, to play my Fortnite. to play fucking Alan Wake or Baldur's Gate or whatever, I'll just get a PlayStation. Or to play Call of Duty, which again is a Microsoft game, I'd rather play it on PlayStation. So even if you don't show your first party lineup, which we are like upset about, the average gamer that's going to play all the other games says I'd rather get a PlayStation. And they're still successful with that. Why? Because Xbox is doing so poorly in their execution that they're not even an option for most people. And so PlayStation is just sitting there with their hands locked behind their head, sitting back in their chair.
Yeah, but why not go for complete domination at this point? That makes no sense, Moss.
You don't think they have
to me at least.
No, I agree with you. But what they're thinking, and again, I'm not saying what they're thinking is right. It's not the right strategy. I definitely wouldn't. Shit, if I'm on the board, I'm like, who the fuck thinks this is the way to operate? But what they're thinking is, we're almost at complete domination. Let me hold. If I already, let's put it like this. If I already got you on the ground and you're bleeding out and you're about to expire, like, why would I go and grab my gun or grab my ammunition where the bullets are like $100 a pop? I mean, that's definitely going to take you out. Why would I go waste my ammo on you and you're about to bleed out? I'm just going to sit and watch you bleed out. I'm going to save that ammunition for another time, from when I might really need it, because I don't need it now. That's the way that they're looking at it.
If you're actually bleeding out, then it's your death. So
yeah,
who cares?
Yeah.
At that point, why the fuck did you even hold it back then? Those games.
They don't. Yeah.
Xbox is gonna die anyway.
Yeah. True. That is. Yeah. That's a great point. That is true. Because they're fearful that. Especially now with ABK, that okay, maybe you might be revived or some shit. So, but it doesn't look like it. Like you might believe. Like when they were showing this shit,
they literally just released a Call of Duty that is 50 Metacritic.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, do you think the next Call of Duty is gonna be much higher rated?
No, especially if it's gonna be an annual release. Fuck no. No, I don't. You know, I don't believe so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't play Call of Duty. I could definitely be wrong on that, but no,
of course, meta is not the sales, yeah, but it definitely showed on Modern Warfare 3 that it's not as a big seller as it was before.
if me and you were on the board and we're hearing this, we're fucking like flipping the table and we're kicking the chair over. But they've been able to convince enough people there that this is the best strategy, like that Microsoft is of no threat at this moment. So we're going to hold back our best to ensure that they're not a threat until this particular time. And they're holding, and what the rumors are pointing to is that they're holding this shit back for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Like 2024, they are not concerned. They feel like, I think they're looking at Xbox's 2024 lineup, and we just looked at it cold blood, and we're like, with all this shit, the only thing that you got that can create some buzz that could give us some heartache is Stalker 2 and Hellblade 2, and those are not on the level of Spider-Man and not even on the level of Spider-Man and Final Fantasy 16. Maybe Hellblade 2, maybe, but opposite of that.
They're still on vacation.
Yeah, they are.
Somewhere in Iceland or where they're making those photos. They're still on vacation over there.
Yeah, dude. And again, I don't agree with I don't fucking like, because as much as I don't care whether things are first or second party, it's just showing me a lackadaisical, like too comfortable mind state. And I would love for Xbox to do something bold like this and make PlayStation say, oh, fuck that. We can't wait till PlayStation 5 Pro now. Oh, shit. All hands on deck. You know what I mean? I would love that. Because according to people that I know for sure have talked to PlayStation, and because they showed me shit. I know that, I don't know specifically what, but I know they're not making it up, that PlayStation has some crazy shit well beyond, they said way beyond even Spider-Man 2. They said that we don't even know. Like in 2020, we knew Spider-Man 2 was coming, right? We just haven't seen much about it. I think we did. They were like, the stuff that is coming from PlayStation is way more insane than anything that you've ever seen. And they got this in the bag. And they said what was going on is, as the supply shortage was happening, PlayStation was traveling all over the globe and meeting people at different conferences, having meetings with developers. And they were just like, this shit that you're hearing, now you see Sachi up there talking this shit, don't worry about it. This is only a phase. We're about to destroy these motherfuckers. Here's what we got on deck. So that had me excited, dude. I'm like, oh shit, man, can't fucking wait. Gaming is gonna be great again. And then along the way, they're looking at Microsoft, who's just, as far as the consoles are concerned, are just going belly under. And now instead of getting ready to release this shit as they planned, they just said, they took this shit out of the chamber, put it back on the shelf, and said, we're not releasing that. Then now we're going to focus on games as a service. Like, we're still going to release it, but it's going to come out with the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, I don't agree with that at all. Like I said, if me and you are on the board sitting at that board table, me and you are knocking over lamps, cursing motherfuckers out, kicking shit over. Like, what the fuck is this?
They be all fired.
Yeah. Yeah, we be going ape shit. Like, what the fuck is this? But these are dude.
If they showed me foam stars, bruh. Bruh. Hell no. if Rocksteady came with their Suicide Squad and said, let's make a marketing deal, I would just look at it for a second and say, hell no.
Yeah,
Get
dude.
the fucking Xbox with that bullshit.
Here goes $15. Go catch a cab to fucking Redmond and get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Yeah,
bro.
Yep. Dude, I totally agree. I'm just. It's like, you're like, I always tell people, it's like I'm a tornado watcher. I'm not happy that the tornado's coming. Fuck no. But this is why the tornado's coming, and this is what it's going to do. And that's their mind state from what I'm hearing. What I do know for sure, because I've heard this from multiple people that ain't got nothing to do with each other, but I know they're connected to PlayStation. They've been in these meetings because it was just crazy. I would hear this person that I know is connected to PlayStation at some level, and this person that's connected at another level, and none of these motherfuckers know each other. And they was talking to me about something totally different, had nothing to do with PlayStation, but they would come to me and we'd be talking and shit, and they'd be like, dude, do you know what PlayStation is coming up with? And I'm like, you're not here for PlayStation. I don't give a, like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Then the next motherfucker, they had nothing to do, we're not talking about PlayStation at all. Dude, do you hear what PlayStation's coming up? What? Huh? And I'm like, oh shit. But they're telling me that they were approached, or they were part of meetings at PlayStation at different like showcases. Then a third motherfucker came up to me. Did you hear what PlayStation is doing? And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, now I know this is real. 3 different sources. They ain't got nothing to do with each other, all telling me the same shit. I know this is for real. So, but now maybe that Jim Ryan is leaving.
I wanted to talk about that too.
Oh, go ahead, brother. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Before Jim Ryan's retirement announcement, yeah, I would have believed you about everything you just told me. But now that Jim Ryan is leaving, I don't know how much of all these plans they made are still intact.
That is a good point. That is a good point. Now, with you there. I'm 1,000% with you there. Hopefully, they're going to change the shit. That's exactly what I was about to say. I was about to say, because he's leaving now, they might be more aggressive. Because remember, they slashed that games as a service shit in half, and now they might be trying to fill in the holes with other shit. So
they should have slashed it another time and a half.
He said there should only be 3 games. I'm with you. Yeah. I just know why they're doing it. They're doing it because they're looking at their top 12 games. They're looking at the fact that Microsoft is buying up everything, and they're like, we got to do it ourselves. We got to do it ourselves, and we got to get good at it. Look back to the 360 PlayStation 3 days. The PlayStation 3 was fucking hurt because the 360 was putting games out there that PlayStation with developers that PlayStation didn't have relationships with. And that was first person shooters. Like PlayStation didn't have any expertise in making first person shooters all like that, or partnering with developers that did do that shit. And then these open world RPG games, they tried it themselves, and they made some cult favorites with Killzone and Resistance and some other games, and Insomniac's I forgot their open world game with the superpowers game and shit. They made some cult, but they weren't competing with the partnerships that Xbox was making. So they went back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? And then comes, Last of Us 4, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, fucking God of War. And then they're good at it. And they're like, okay, so fuck y'all. We didn't need y'all. And now we can go back to our Japanese developers and have them making the Japanese games that people want to play, And I think PlayStation is looking at it now like, yeah, we can't rely on these second party partnerships anymore, all like that, because Microsoft is trying to buy them up. So we're going to make our own. And I think they just got too aggressive under Jim Ryan. I think it was just too much. Like, okay, maybe you make 3 or 4, but 12? Why? So. But all great stuff, nonetheless. Just a very interesting conversation. So that was GTA 6 reveal. My last question for you is, what does this say to you, Cold Blood, that they're making this trailer announcement 2 days before the Game Awards? What does that say to you?
Can you give me a minute, please?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. I'll wait for you to do what you got to do, brother, and then I'll just say, to me, it just says that they're like, this game is bigger than the Game Awards. Like, fuck the Game Awards. This is an event within itself, and we don't want our game to be revealed at the Game Awards to be part of a discussion with other games. Like, we think it should be talked about on its own. We don't, even if it dominates the discussion of other games that are happening that day, this is so big, we're bigger than the Game Awards. And I agree with that. Nothing against the Game Awards. I agree. They're bigger than the Game Awards. That's not to say that at first they don't announce something by themselves and then 2 days later they show you more shit at the Game Awards. That's not, but that's just how big this game is. But I still got to go into watch that video and see if there's not any caveat in what Jim Ryan was saying, if he wasn't talking about another type of GTA partnership, like where they're partnering over maybe the GTA.
Back then, it was just a GTA 5 remaster.
Oh, okay.
For the PS5.
Yeah.
But I think he meant actually they're gonna continue
Yeah.
to have the partnership.
Mm-hmm. I
That's
agree.
what I got from what you said.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. We'll see, but I doubt. I think PlayStation would have sewed up that relationship. I think they would have done that because with Bethesda, by then they would have seen, right? What was that? 2020? I don't know when that was in 2020, but Jim Ryan, back in 20. See, I don't know when in 2020 that was. If it was after the Bethesda purchase, then they definitely would have said, "Oh, yeah, we got to sew this shit up because these motherfuckers out here spending big money." So, all right, last topic. And we'll be real quick on this, man, because, we're at the 2-hour mark. Do you even want to cover this?
Well, I didn't say anything about the TGA.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. What are your thoughts on that?
I would just ask the other developers, how does it feel to get so fucked? to hear that they literally gonna get overshadowed by one goddamn trailer.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, everybody was thinking, hey, Jeff Keighley got this, yeah? He got GTA on his stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was so excited, and now, it's coming 2 days earlier. Guess I don't have to watch those goddamn Game Awards. I can just watch the trailers later then.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm probably not gonna watch the Game Awards.
I might watch it. I don't know.
Well, if you do a live reaction, okay, then I'm gonna watch it with you probably.
Yeah, I might do it.
It's gonna be probably at midnight my time.
Oh yeah, that is right. It is gonna be late. Yeah. I might give it. Yeah, I might give it a whirl. We'll see. But I'm gonna watch it. So.
But a lot of these developers probably regret it right now that they are on the Game Awards now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, it's definitely a situation where Rockstar knows their game is bigger than the Game Awards, and they said, we might show an additional trailer there, but fuck you guys. And I'm not mad at them for saying that. So. All right, do you even want to tap into this? We're at the 2-hour mark. I know it's late. Okay.
Let's go.
NDA. What's that? Suicide Squad. I had put out a tweet earlier because I got access to the NDA. I am going to play it after our show and after me and Cold Blood chat, whatever. But I put this tweet out here. I said, man, if you goofy MFers don't stop posting NDA shit for Suicide Squad game, can you motherfuckers can't give you motherfuckers a damn thing. I'm about to start snitching. And that's because people are out here posting footage of the Suicide Squad alpha that is closed alpha. That's a closed alpha and it's under NDA, and they're just doing it recklessly. Shout out to my brother GEiX, also from Pittsburgh, PA. He looks at this differently. Me and him had a discussion on Twitter, and he's like, "Fuck Rockstar. They're putting out a shitty game. It looks shitty to me by all accounts, and the people need to know the truth." And I somewhat agree with that people need to know the truth. I just don't think this is the way to do it. I don't think you break NDA. But I'm going to turn it over to Cold Blood, and we'll close out on his thoughts. Cold Blood, what do you think about this whole ordeal with Suicide Squad and the fact that the NDA is just being bypassed by a lot of gamers?
This is just one example of why we gamers don't get nice things. This is why also we never get even a little demo of games way in advance most of the time, because the developers aren't stupid. They know that people are gonna start talking about everything wrong with the game, before the actual release is coming. They know that, so a lot of these developers just don't bother at all, and now they're just reinforcing that.
Yeah.
In my opinion, if you got an NDA on a game, don't talk about it, please. Just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Wait till they say, okay, the NDA is over, now you can talk about it. Because at that point, they probably have a newer build or something, So the game isn't as bad as it was on the alpha. The alpha is just there to show you the vision of the game, probably. So what is it gonna be like?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. I mean, there's one thing that go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just shut the fuck up. if there's an NDA, shut the fuck up. That's all I got to say about this one.
Whatever. With that being said, that's it for the show, man. What Cold Blood, where can people find you at if they're looking to gang with you or talk some shit, or they're looking for you to be their daddy? Where can they find you?
My daddy? I'm serious right now.
Or they're looking for you to be their daddy.
Oh my god. No, don't. Just don't.
He said, just don't even look for me, damn it.
Don't look for me. If that is your objective.
Stay the fuck. Look at what you say. Take that. Here goes $50. Take a fucking cab to Redmond with that shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, where can they find you at if they're looking to game? Where can they get you? Find you, good brother.
On Twitter, Cold Blood Sensei, or on PlayStation Network, also Cold Blood, but then minus Sensei.
Yep.
Well, that is about it. Or maybe on Steam, but don't bother on Steam. I'm not that often on Steam.
And he's also in the GEiX Discord. So if you want to go in there and you can check us out, you can catch me in Cold Blood in the Console Wars channel or in the Fast Chat. Just go to the GEiX Discord, join us. I meant to say something earlier, but we had so much to cover. I got over 50 Xbox codes. So we need to bait some Xbox people in the chat. No, I'm just joking. But if you like Xbox, I got over 50 Xbox codes. We're gonna start giving these things away. I'm just waiting on Lo-Fi to finish some logistical things, and we're gonna start giving this shit away. Come and join the Discord, man. Everybody's welcome. All right. You know me, MM2K, Hard Knock Digital Culture over on Twitch, where I do in-a-row mic check. And we're still gonna bring some more content there. MM2K Gaming. You can also catch me on Cloud Dosage doing streams, and then on Wednesdays and Thursdays you can catch me doing content over on Cloud Dosage. I'm fucking everywhere. Just go. You can go to PNTSnetwork.com/MM2K Gaming and get my schedule, all that good stuff. All right, with that said, it's late where Cold Blood is at. I gotta let him go, and then I gotta get into some Suicide Squad. So until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.